Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am just Shani and we're going to be watching TikTok ghost stories. And I'm here and you see somebody asked about my tapestry. So I'm going to give y'all a view. I'm going to give y'all a little view. So this is it completely. I got this when I moved to my first apartment by myself because I've never lived by myself except that one time, and it was only like 8 months because yeah, I realized me and my mind, we just can't be by ourselves sometimes. Oh, I got this from Amazon, but I do not recommend or sponsor Amazon. We already know why. So yeah, try to find a vendor, but that was years ago, so who knows if it's still so. I'm pretty sure you can probably Google Lens it and probably find somebody who's selling it. But let's get into this thing. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and ring that bell so you'll be notified every time I post a video. And while you're doing stuff for me, thank you, go ahead and check out all my merch. The link is in the description. All right, let's go.
Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true.
So before I tell the story, just know I was young. I was young and I was dumb, and I also was trying to fit in, okay? So, freshman year of college, just moved, first like 2 weeks in the dorm, just moved in. I met this guy I really liked, and he had already had like a really large group of friends at the college. So one night he texted me, he's like, hey, me and a bunch of like people, we're gonna go hang out and, you know, smoke and drink and stuff. Do you want to come? And, you know, I really liked him. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes, of course I'm gonna come. So we roll out. It's like 3 or 4 cars. There's like 12 of us. We're rolling in deep, right? And I'm like, okay, where are we going? He's like, oh, I'm going to take you to this spot. You know, we've been coming here the last couple of days and everything. It's a really cool spot to hang out because, of course, you can't do that stuff in the dorm room. So me, I'm just like happy to ride. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've made friends already. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And context, it's like 11 o'clock at night. It's super, super dark and it's cloudy. So we're riding out. We leave the college, we're riding out for a while, like we're going way out there, and I'm like, where are we going? So finally we come to like this really long road, and there's nothing but like woods surrounding us. It's just one singular road in woods. It's like pitch black. We're riding down this road and we come to this like clearing, and there's one street light. And I'm like, where are we? And so I'm like pulling into the spot, following other cars. And as our headlight like shines on this clearing, I see that it's a graveyard. And I'm trying to be cool about it. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm being too superstitious. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, seem stuck up to these new friends I'm trying to make, you know, first year college, trying to like get in where I fit in. So by the time we get there, there's already a couple of cars there. There's already people hanging out. And the people who rode with us, like in the back seat, they get out. And then the guy that I liked, he's riding up front with me. He gets out. And then I open my door. The moment I open my door, there is this huge gust of cold wind. Mind you, it's August in South Alabama. It's hot. There's this huge gust of cold wind. And then the whole forest surrounding us, the woods, gets completely silent. We're in the South, okay? There are so many bugs and animals and critters that like are chittering and making noises at night. They just stop. It gets like eerily quiet, and the people who are already there, they like stop for a second and they're just like looking around. Everyone like just like pauses, because when you're used to hearing like all that ambient noise and then it just completely goes away, it's startling. So I got the door open. I got one foot in the car still, one foot out of the car, and the guy like it's like, come on, let's go. I'm just like, okay. So I get out of the car and I'm out there for like 5 minutes and I'm feeling uneasy, but I'm trying to like push it down. But because I'm feeling uneasy, I'm not participating in like the drinking and smoking. So everything's good. Everyone's like laughing and dancing, and they're playing like music from a speaker, and they're all drinking and smoking and stuff. And I'm getting to know like new people. So the speaker that they're playing music on, it just dies. And then we hear like a really weird, like loud noise coming from the woods. We hear a really weird noise. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but right after that noise, we hear what sounds like chains. It sounds like someone's like jangling chains, and it's echoing through the whole woods. We're surrounded by the woods. Like there's woods all around us, and then there's just the street that we came on. So you can hear it echoing around us, like the chains are like surrounding us. I'm like, nope. I get in my car and I sit in my car. I stay in my car while they're out there doing stuff. They stay out there for like an hour. I'm in my car, strolling on my phone. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Snapchat, and suddenly I just hear screaming, and everybody runs to their cars. Everybody runs to the car. They get in my car, like, go, go, go. I'm like trying to get my keys. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? They're like, just drive. So we're driving. And as we're driving, I'm like, what's going on? What happened? And they were like, we heard people. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yes, we heard people. And then it sounded like people just running towards us, like just people running to us. We could hear them. So that happens, right? A couple weeks pass. Everything's fine. And then things weren't fine. Things started going like weird in my dorm room. And at the time, I didn't know this, but weird stuff wasn't just happening to me. It was happening to all my roommates. So in my dorm room, it was 4 of us. Okay, me and my best friend, we shared a dorm room. And then there were 2 other girls. One girl, it was a black girl. She was super spiritual. And the other girl, she was white. And she was like very hardcore Christian. So weird stuff was happening to all of us, but we weren't communicating it with each other. One of the weird things that happened to me and my boyfriend, we were sleeping in the living room because whenever he was my boyfriend at this time now. So we're in the living room sleeping, and I have a really bad dream. I like sit up because I'm about to get a sip of water, and I look over to the corner and I see like this shadow, like this dark shadow just like glooming towards us. Like, I don't know how to describe where a head would be. It was like turned like that to us, and we're sleeping like on the floor on like sleeping bags. So I scream, and my boyfriend wakes up, and he's like, what's going on? And I was like, I saw something. And he looks at me, and he was just like, what did you see? And I tell him. And so we stay up, and we like watch like funny movies to try to lift the mood. And then, you know, the next day he tells me, I didn't want to freak you out even more, but like I had a nightmare. Like right when you screamed, I was having like a terrible nightmare. And he was like, I actually been having like nightmares every night I stay in your dorm room. And then he was like, I think I'm gonna sleep in my own dorm room for a while. So like he didn't sleep in my dorm room for like a couple of weeks after that happened. So things were happening. My best friend, she would be in the dorm room when I went to class, and she'd be the only one in there because she had a different schedule than the rest of us. And she said that the door, and our doors were heavy. These are really heavy doors. She said she would have the door closed and it would just swing open and then close again. Swing open, close again randomly. She got so scared that she ended up going to she would go to the cafe when no one else was in the dorm room because she was so scared to be by herself in the dorm room. We had stuff on our walls. It wouldn't fall. It would be like thrown across the room. How does something hanging up on a wall, like our lights, like our little Christmas lights, it wouldn't just fall, thrown across the room. Lights would flicker. Cabinets would open. And one day, me and my best friend, we were like sitting there eating, and we were talking about it, and the spiritual girl and her boyfriend, they walk in, they hear us talking about it, and they're like, weird stuff has been happening to you guys too? We're like, yeah. And they tell us the stuff that's been happening. And then her boyfriend was like, yeah, one night we were out in the living room and she was asleep, and I look over and I see like this dark shadow, and I'm just like, I saw the exact same thing. So he gets oil, he starts anointing and praying over it. He's like, yeah, we got to get whatever's in here out of here. So he's praying, he's pulling out the works, okay? He's blessing every room, he's putting crosses over every door. And while he's doing this, our other roommate walks in and she freaks out. She completely freaks out. She packs up all her stuff. I don't know why. I still don't know why to this day she went crazy. She packs up her stuff, she leaves, she never comes back. So it was good for a while. But then the spiritual girl, like her boyfriend, stopped coming to the dorm room because he got a job. So he wasn't sleeping there. When he stopped coming, things started getting bad again. So fast forward, things are getting weird again. Stuff is starting to happen. Me and my friend, we put a Bible on the desk and we leave it open because we're like, that's how scared we are. We're sleeping and we just hear the Bible, boom, close. And we're like, oh, hell no. No. So we're in theater class and we're talking about this, and this girl hears us. She hears us from across the room. She walks over to us and she says, I did not want to scare you guys, but for the last like month and a half, I have felt like this dark presence around you guys. And she was like, I can feel like this dark presence like around y'all. And we were like, what? And she was like, I don't want to freak you guys out, but like I can, like I'm really like spiritually tapped in. And she was like, can I come to your dorm room and see what's going on? And we're like, sure. So we tell all of our friends what's going on. So our friends that were at the graveyard, they come too because they want to see what's going on, because when they would come over and we would have like game nights and stuff, weird stuff would happen as well. So we walk into the dorm room. She comes in last. As soon as she comes in the room, like she steps over the threshold into the room, the lights flicker. Like, and I'm not talking about like, doo-doo. No, I'm like the lights are flickering, going crazy. And she's a white girl. She has really like dark red hair. We can see the hair on her arms just like stand up. Like we could see it. We could see the hair on the backs of her neck. She just got like chills all over her entire body. And she was like, there's a spirit here. And she was like, this spirit is not happy that I'm in this room. So she's like going through the entire dorm room, right? And she gets to my bed, my side of the dorm room, and the doors, both doors, our room door and our other roommate's room doors, open and close, open and close, open and close. At this point, everyone's like screaming, freaking out. And she starts talking to the spirit, and she's like, I know you're scared, but you need to calm down. Like, you're okay, calm down. And then everything just stops, and it just feels so calm. And she's like talking to the spirit, and we're just like looking. We're looking. And she's like, okay, we need to get her back. And we're like, what? Get who back? And she was like, you need to take her back to her gravesite. And we were like, what? So we all get in the car. We take it back to the gravesite, and she finds this unmarked grave, and she puts her spirit.
What? How you just gonna end it like that, bro? How you gonna end it like that, friend? I was invested. I was invested, bro. Bro. Oh. Take her back. I didn't bring her here. You feel me? Like, bro. That whole story, bro. Y'all see my Bible right there. Y'all see my Bible right there near my bed, right beside my bed. And the lotion. We don't play. Like, homie, what? We just gonna let that marinate for a second. Because so much happened that was just too much. First of all, friend, I understand we want to make friends our first year in college, but there's other ways to make friends. He must have been fun. He wasn't that fun if you're not still with him, girl. He not too fun to be having a death wish, honey. We're not that fine to making those dumb decisions. Wait, well, you're 20 years old. Well, shoot, first year in college, you were probably 18. 18. We just passed that threshold. Our brain is fully developed, boo-boo. Boo. He must have been fine to make your brain cells be like, wait a second, I need one more year to develop. Like, friend, I would not have been going to no gravesite. And the moment I realized it was a gravesite, I would be like, Now I would be like, no, I'm good. But back then, I would have no problem because I was a biology major. So we had a whole, like, body farm. We had a body farm on campus. Beside one of my classes was a whole graveyard. Like, it wouldn't have been nothing then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back in college, it was nothing. We had a whole body farm on our college campus for the biology majors and the chemistry majors. So yeah, I would have went on to the graveyard. But knowing what I know now, whoo, thank you. I'm not going to no graveyard to be drinking and smoking, disturbing the peace. They resting in peace. Don't be disturbing them with the nonsense, the foolishness. You bringing all that extra. No, you up here drinking spirits with the spirits. No. You're doing too much. You're doing the moment that I got out, because you know I am from the South, and what she said is truth. That is real life truth, facts. Even right now, I can hear the bugs in the background. Like, this is real life. When you hear birds, bugs, frogs, everything in the background. So the moment I stepped out the door, like, about to take a step, and everything went silent, I would have been like, oh, okay, close the door, crank it. Whoever riding with me, we out. Like, I'm not about to just go, we're not just going to stick around for the festivities. No, we're not about to find out. No. So the fact that she went out and was doing all that thing, it was great that she did not drink and smoke. I feel like the fact that she didn't drink and smoke might have been a thing. I don't know. I don't even know how that thing went back with her. Like, how? I don't understand. And everybody else was fine. It was just her. And she was the only one who wasn't drinking and smoking. So it's just like, was that the reason? Felt safe with her? Like, oh, they over here disrupting my peace and you over here being peaceful. Maybe I need to be peaceful with you, but I didn't realize it was my time to go. I had to get out the car. Oh, I didn't know that. You know, like, I thought I was just a backseat driver. Just a passenger up in here. No, that's not okay. The moment they heard that scream or whatever happened that made her get in the car, Honestly, I can't even say that because I would have been gone the minute they got quiet. It got quiet. Oh no, no. What are we doing? It's all of a suddenly cold in the South in August, the summer month. There's a summer month. August is a summer month, homie. It is not cold. It is hot as hell. No matter with the global warming, it is hot as hell, bruh. Hot as hell. So nah. Nope, stop it all, And what? Nope. In so many moments, that it just would have been different for me. Now, I understand you were young and you wanted to make friends. I feel that, but friend, I would have been like that guy, like, oh no, I'm not sleeping here. When they followed you back to your door, I would have been like the guy, like, oh no, I'm not sleeping here. You can come sleep with. Nah, I don't know if I want you to come sleep with me either. But I would stay at my place, homie. Like, I really hope her friend or the girl really helped them out. I hope so. I hated it just abruptly stop like that, but I hope it all worked out. And it's a learning lesson for everybody. Everyone's watching. Do not go to no graveyard with no foolishness. Like, at nighttime. In the South and everything, we're just annoying all the red flags. Don't do that. Okay. We're learning. Yeah, we learned. Ooh, is that better? I had to like change my light. I was looking straight orange. I don't know what's going on. I guess because I've changed my room around and it's throwing off the obelisk. Like, this light is usually not right here. So maybe that's why it looks weird or whatever. I don't know. But I changed my room and I have so much space and I'm so happy. It just makes me feel good when stuff is clean.
When I tell this story to this day, people do not believe me. When I was a freshman in college, I was going to a private school in Pittsburgh. I was leaving the next year. I was going to a different school. So my friends and I, some of us were leaving, some of us were moving, whatever. We decided we wanted to kind of hit all the different spots in Pittsburgh that we really liked. So we went to like Mount Washington. For those of you who don't know, it's like a really nice look.
Girl, yes, you did the right thing after you did the wrong thing. Because we ain't going exploring no abandoned well. Like, no, honey, not gonna do that. But yes, take it to the king, honey, because God got you. I'm glad you prayed about it, because honey. Ooh, nope. I just cannot. I could not picture myself in that situation at this big age I'm at now. I mean, it's not big, but you know, bigger than then in freshmen in college. What is up with these freshmen? We was just being reckless and dangerous. I mean, I do have my ghost stories for when I was a freshman. I have my stories for when I was a freshman. I was wild and crazy and did anything and everything. So, yeah, friend, I understand, but I'm glad we've learned. We've learned to leave abandoned things alone. We are not going to adventure out. Like, no, you got it.
So I have a little story.
Speak up, boo.
This was a few years ago, I would say before COVID, maybe like 2018, 2019. I wanted to get a little vanity mirror because I've been seeing them all over social media. And also I wanted to improve better on my makeup. So I needed a little mirror so I could really look into the details. So this one day, me, my dad, and my sister, we went out to the flea market or the swap meet in my local area. And I came across this old lady who was selling like really vintage stuff. And I saw that she had a little pink vanity mirror. And it had like those little lights on the side. So I thought it was perfect. I was like, wow, like this is so cute. I really would like to buy it. The lady says, oh yeah, that's such a great option. But just so you know, it is built from the 1950s. That's where I should have like booked it, you know? But instead, I purchased it and I took it home with me. I show my dad the mirror and I'm like, oh, Dad, like, isn't this mirror so cute? And he tells me, yeah, it is really cute. Let's just hope it's not haunted. Warning sign number 2. Maybe I should have never purchased it. But it was already too late. I already handed the lady the money. We were already on our way home. It was fine. Whatever happened, happened. I was really hoping it wasn't haunted, but boy, was I proven wrong. So once we got home, everyone settled down, dropping off all their bags. I went into my room and I started to redecorate my closet. But before I did that, I put on music. So I had this little tiny speaker. I don't have it anymore because it broke down, but I had this little speaker and I put it in my closet. My closet is on the other side of the room over here, and this is the exit door. So as I was like going on about my day, I started to move a couple things around my room. And then at some point, my dad and my sister, they came over to like ask me a few questions about I don't know what it was, but it was just a small conversation. And both of them leave. They leave into the kitchen and they start talking, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with them for a little bit, just give myself a little bit of break from all this cleaning. So I start to exit out of my room, right? All of a sudden, I hear this loud crash. This loud crash. And I was like, okay, I was the last one here. Let me go ahead and check what fell. Because at first I thought maybe some of the things that I moved around fell. I was specifically looking at this one umbrella that I had, but it was standing right up. It was still where I left it. So I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting because everything else is like they're in boxes and stuff. Like they wouldn't fall. So I couldn't find anything. I was really confused. So I started to leave my room again. But before I could officially like exit the door, I noticed that the music sounded different. It sounded muffled. So I look around. All of a sudden, I see the speaker in the center towards the exit of the room. And I'm like, using physics, using science, trying to find an explanation as to how the fuck the speaker from the other side of the room went all the way to the other side of the room when nobody touched it. So I was really confused. I was really concerned. And I was like, whoa, hold on. Like, no way. So I go over to my dad and I'm like, Dad, like, I played this music on the speaker. All of a sudden it's on the floor, but like in the center of the room. I don't know what happened. I didn't touch it. Nothing happened. Like there wasn't even like an earthquake or anything to make it fall, especially that far. So I was really confused. And my dad was also kind of confused because he's like, what? Like, how did that happen? But he also asked me, he's like, are you sure you didn't do anything? You didn't touch it? You didn't like throw something? Like nothing? And I was like, no, nothing. I was literally exiting the room. I don't understand why that happened. So my dad, he was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I was kind of spooked because I was the last one in the room when that happened. So I asked my little sister, I was like, hey, like, can you stay with me as I organize my closet? And he's like, yeah, sure thing. So my little sister is helping me out on the side. I put the speaker back. My dad, he's actually helping me hang up this mirror, this other mirror that we had, but we've had it for a really long time. Nothing spooky ever happened with that mirror. He hangs it up on the wall and he even like tugs it, he balances it out, he makes sure that it's secure, right? That it's in place. My dad starts to leave. Me and my sister, our backs are turned away from my dad and the mirror that he just put up. So all of a sudden, again, we hear this loud crash. The mirror that he just secured fell off on top of the table where I had my makeup and everything, all the way down to the floor. So it was a huge, huge crash that I jumped up and I screamed. My sister immediately turned around. My dad came rushing in, and we all just stare at that. And we're like, what the fuck? So we all stare at it and we're like, what? My dad, he asked me and my sister, did you guys get near it? No. Did you guys throw something? No. Did you guys do anything? No. Me and my sister were standing where we were standing, and we didn't move because we were scared. My dad was kind of annoyed at this point, but not at us, but just at the weird things that are happening, because before this incident, nothing happened like this before. So we start to clean up the table, we start to clean up the things that fell, and we noticed the vanity mirror was there. My dad says, you know what? Ever since we got that mirror, weird stuff started happening. And I told him, you know what, Dad? You're absolutely right. So we had to get rid of it because it was too much energy that caused physical things to move. And the crazy thing is that before we got the mirror, nothing happened. So the minute we got rid of it, everything stopped. And ever since then, nothing like that has ever occurred in my house, which I'm really grateful for, but scared as fuck.
The moment she said the flea market, the flea market, I was just like, nah, I already know what it is. She said flea market, and an old lady was selling the stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, it was made in the 1950s. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. I don't even think my kind was light during the 1950s. So why am I going to buy something? You feel me? I'm like, wait, what, Fred? No, we're not going to buy this. Ooh, I can't really say that because I was at the, I love me a thrift. I love me a bargain. I was at the Goodwill the other day. I was at the thrift store, and I say the other day, like it was like yesterday or anytime this week. No, it was like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, the other day, I was at the thrift stop at the Goodwill, and I saw this mirror, and it was like I had been looking for this mirror. You know those big mirrors, like those floor to ceiling mirrors. I got one right here, but at the time I didn't have it. Like the Walmart didn't have it yet. They were just sold out, or they were just completely ridiculously unaffordable, like $60-$100. Like it was just ridiculous for a floor to ceiling mirror. I was just like, I ain't paying that. So one time I walked up into the Goodwill, and there it was. It was a big mirror, but it wasn't like those skinny ones. It was like kind of wide. It was like a wide floor to ceiling, big enough for like where you like when you're walking into somebody's house and behind their couch they would have like a picture or a mirror. That's how big it was. It was huge, and that's where I put it. So I bought the mirror because it was on sale. It was like $20, and that was a real big sale. And it was probably an old mirror. It probably was old antique. It definitely was, because you know how old paintings, you have the back and the paper and all that stuff behind it. It was one of those with the little string, and I was just like, so I could not say that I wouldn't buy anything that was old antique. That was a mirror. Ooh, they say don't buy mirrors that are old. Honey, I bought it, but it's not in this room. And I had it the whole time. I've had it since I bought it in my place of residence. So yeah, it's good. We're good. Everything's good. Tell me why the other day, because y'all know I listen to podcasts all day, and I usually have my headphone in my ear, even when I'm at home, because my mom's like, you're being too loud. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and I heard something, and I cut it off. And I had came in my room. And then all of a sudden, now y'all know this is a brand new house, I hear a creak, like a door creaking. A door creaking, bruh. I hear a door creaking, and I just stop, because I'm just like, all the doors are shut because it's the summertime. So when the AC comes, it's like a suction cup. All the doors shut. So all the doors are shut because I had just came out the bathroom, and we, shut the door. So when the air comes on, it's not like, oh my gosh, even though we live here for a long time, it still freaks you out sometimes. So the bathroom door was shut. My bedroom door was shut because I had just came in, and I didn't have my headphones playing because I had just heard something. So I just stopped, and I was just like, and I was about to go on doing what I wanted to do, and then I heard that, and I went outside to investigate. I did. I went outside to investigate because I was just like, oh hell no, oh hell no, what's up, what's up? Every door was shut. Every door was shut, honey. And I thought it was my closet door because I've been, redoing my room, so I'm trying to get my clothes out. So I had this door open, but I was trying to move it, and there's like this pile of clothes, So my door is all the way open. Like it couldn't have, I thought, well, maybe it was my closet door. I tried my other closet door. My fan is in front of it, so it could have been my closet door. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I was thinking like maybe it could have been the other doors. But the thing is about this side of the house, we grease these doors, the hinges. We grease the hinges because, we come in and out of a lot. And nobody want to hear that. We grease the front door hinges, my bathroom door hinges, my bedroom doors. You can actually see the grease from over the time because I get lazy with it. I just be like, hairspray. We're going to spray hairspray. I just grease the office doors, all the office doors, the spare bedroom door, like all the doors on this side of the house. I just recently greased. Like, I don't understand. I tried to make sense out of it because there was no one in the house. No one's in the house. No one. Just me and my mom. No one else is in the house, honey. Went on with the rest of the night. And was it the rest of the night or the next night? I can't remember if it was the same night or the next night. I tried to record some music. I was recording something. And the whole time it was just picking up static. So much static that it was skipping. Like every recording that I made was, it's like it was moved around. It was like the whole time it was on beat. It was on tempo, and then it got to a certain spot. You hear static, and then the words, the lyrics wasn't matching up with the beat. It was weird. I did it for like 7 recordings. It just was not matching up, and I was just like, interesting. And all I hear is static, and I was just like, you know what? Honey, you know what? We're gonna continue going because I was trying to make some sense out of it. But what had happened was what made me calm about it was earlier when I went outside. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We just had a thunderstorm came out, so I was outside and the lightning, but it wasn't like normal lightning. It was like it was coming from behind instead of like, how when it lightens up the whole sky. Well, this lightning, it was lighting up the whole sky over here in front of me, and then it was coming from behind me, the lightning. It was just weird. So that's why I cracked it up. That static in my headphones, all those glitching in my music, it was the lightning. It was just static in the air from the lightning. That's what we were doing. We're going with that. We're rolling with it. I did. We're done. We're done in a conversation, in a discussion. Okay. Subscribe.